Ladies, gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Please be advised that this movie has no nudity.
I'm out.
Come on, Annie. Let's go to the movies.
Yeah.
I just have to wee-wee.
And we're back, just like the Five Musketeers.
What the hell am I looking at?
A country where culture means pornography and slasher films.
If you had these boobs, you'd be obsessed with them too.
Very exciting, big event. Everybody's excited, huh?
We hope you'll make this a weekly visit. Bring the family. Bring your friends.
We're Cinemadness Podcast. Lookout Weekend, cause here I come. That's Lookout Weekend. The other one is When I Hear Music, It Makes Me Dance.
So she only knows one tune.
Yes, that's all Debbie Deb needed to know.
Hey, look, it works for Chubby Checkers.
All right,
let's twist again like we did last summer.
What song can we start singing on for Can't Hardly Wait where you can bring...
what the song?
I can't hardly wait.
When you came and you saved me. Yeah, won't
maybe.
you? Wait, the song, I can't get enough of you, baby.
Somebody... What? No, that's the wrong...
I can't get enough of you, baby. Yes, it's true. Ding, 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 ding.
That's the Smash song.
Yeah.
Smash song.
The Smash song. Your Smash song.
Oh yeah, Bust a Move.
Yeah. Let's rock.
Are you singing something, or am I just going
rock. So do you want me to intro with some Barry Manilow?
That's fine.
I write the songs that make the whole...
But that's not the song in the movie.
No? Yes, I know. You came and you saved me.
Oh, that's bad.
I want you to say,
I heard Satan me.
Brandy.
Brandy?
Yeah, you're a fine
because
girl.
He named it after the dog. Everyone knows that.
You would be Brandy. Yeah. That's a different movie. We're not talking about...
different name.
We're not talking about Guardians of the Galaxy. Hello, welcome to Cinemadness, the podcast. And we are on our final part 3
We are on our
journey,
final
part 3 journey of 90s coming of age films. So far we have gone over Clueless, we have gone over Mermaids, and now we come to Adam's choice, and that is 1998's Can't Hardly Wait.
And you said it like I do.
Can't hardly wait. Can't hardly wait. Woo!
I'm on pins and needles.
Yes.
Who are you?
1998, my year of graduate.
Same.
Not graduate. That's in the song. That's in the movie
is
too.
in the movie, yeah.
I think that's one reason why you like this movie so much. It was your graduation movie, graduation song movie. What are you singing?
Can I graduate?
Oh yes, okay.
Anyways, yeah.
Okay, cast of this movie.
You want to introduce yourself?
I am so sorry.
She's just like, I need to get into this movie.
I am Allison, one of your hosts, one of your tired hosts. To the left of me is the other tired host, Roman.
Hi.
Maybe he's not so tired. And then across from me is Adam.
Mike Dexter is an asshole.
Mike Dexter is a douche.
You know you named that song after the dog, right?
You know what we should have had? We should have all had what are those things called?
Quotes?
The quotes.
The senior superlatives?
Yeah. So do you remember any of them? I only know one.
Well, I kind of did that because I did the intro to Kenny. Not
Mm.
Kenny. William. Wow.
Kenny's line was my favorite. It was "Picture Me Rollin'" by Tupac. That was his quote in his senior
I know the
thing.
What was the best friend's name?
Denise.
Hers was best friend stab you in the front.
Yes. And then I forget some of the others. I should have written them down. My bad. Okay.
Yeah.
So Can't Hardly Wait.
Wait.
Cast of characters. I'm going to give you the main cast, and then we will sprinkle in
Can I say something real quick?
Oh yes.
You know, I find it interesting because we've been diving down the coming of age stories.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just hang in there with me, folks. In the 90s. So we started off with the very naive, very stars in your eyes kind of Clueless movie, if you will.
Yeah, bright and shiny Clueless.
Then we got a little bit gritty with Mermaids, and now we are on to Can't Hardly Wait. We're graduating.
We are.
We're graduating.
What a wild ride this has been.
And we're really finding ourselves and finding our footing.
Yeah, well, now we're just here to party.
We are here to party, so let's
because
go ahead
the
and go
future
over.
is unknown.
Yeah, we're not here to talk about dead presidents and bad relationships and driving, passing, and outing gay people.
No.
We're just here to party and get drunk.
Yeah.
We're here to talk about the most problematic movie on this list.
Yes.
Let's go over the cast.
All
I'm
right.
really excited to hear about
Who is
that.
in the cast?
Yes, the cast, the main cast.
Usually Broken Bone.
Ethan Embry, Jennifer Love Hewitt,
Hewitt.
or as some people love to call her in the 90s, Jennifer Love Huge Tits. That's not
Did
nice.
people say that?
Yeah, people.
I've never heard that.
Then I guess I hung around a bunch of douchebags because I heard it all the time. Lauren Ambrose, Peter Facinelli, Seth Green, and Charlie Cosmo. And then we have sprinkled in, some people were uncredited, some people you'll be like, hey, that guy. We have Sean Patrick Thomas, Breckin Meyer, Donald Faison. So Donald Faison and Breckin Meyer coming back from Clueless.
Right, to
with
graduate.
Us. Yep. Jamie Presley, Leslie Grossman, who I was very excited to see, Jason Segel. It's like, oh, not a seagull.
He's not a martial artist.
Jason Segel, Selma Blair, Sarah Rue, Melissa Joan Hart, and Jerry O'Connell.
And
I knew you were gonna give me an extra one.
oh crap! I can't think of his name now. Oh, the Latin guy,
Freddie
Rodriguez.
Yes,
he was a main. He was a main.
I'm sorry,
side
I left
character.
out the Latino.
It's okay. We're
Now-
used to being forgotten.
Now
Let's go.
I will tell you,
Ooh.
the other guy that was in Peter Facinelli's group. I had to look up because I was like, "Is that the dad from Raising Hope?"
I thought it
Does
was
he
him
not
too.
Look exactly like
Yeah,
him.
I thought it was
Holy
Garrett Dillahunt.
crap. Yeah, it's not.
It's not. I know he's not done anything after this movie.
I think he became Garrett Dillahunt then because
Did he go full Jake Ryan
I've
on
never
this?
seen I almost called him a dinglehopper. I've never seen a doppelganger. Like he
Yeah.
looks exactly like him.
Yeah, I looked him up twice,
Holy crap, that's
trying to
crazy.
think of who it was.
Good old dinglehopper.
Liv Tyler's in this.
Yes,
Ooh, I forgot to add
Yeah.
her.
a lot of people
Lots
just
of
make like
people,
one
lots
really
of people.
quick scene or get cut out.
Yes.
Oh, so it's kind of like This Is the End with
Yes.
Except they're not playing themselves.
Yes. So essentially, this movie just it takes place on the night that seniors graduate from high school. They're
Yes.
having an awesome house party, and just it's all about what kids do at a house party. I mean, some of them are leaving for school the next day, or not school, but they're leaving, and it's basically it revolves around Preston, who is played by Ethan Embry. And he wants to finally tell his crush all the years of high school how he feels about her, because she just broke up with her boyfriend. And she's the most popular girl in the school. He was the most popular guy in the school. And he's just out to tell her how much he loves her. And he's getting ready to go to... It was funny. This whole time I thought he was going to college. I'm like, no one goes to college the day after you graduate. But he's going on a... like a
Writer
workshop.
retreat.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a writer retreat away. So...
To meet Kurt Vonnegut
Yes, Kurt Vonnegut.
before he died.
And
So-
he saw it as a sign. He saw it as a sign that they broke up.
Yes.
Which I always found was an interesting part of the film, where there's a little bit of deep tissue in there, where it's like everything's a sign, and then they kind of go on to that and try to dispel that rumor, and it's like, yeah, it's just random
Yeah,
circumstances.
that's the kind of coming of age story that Preston was going through, because everything was a sign to him.
Yeah.
You know, Mandy was a sign, and Mike Dexter dumping her was a sign.
Which is funny because in Mermaids, Winona Ryder was always looking at signs, although her signs were always supposedly from God.
Yes.
But she's always like, God, give me a sign, give me a sign. So we're all looking for signs.
I'm working on it, lady.
I think at some point Cher had signs too, because she looked up and there was a mall and she was like, there's my sign to be happy and go shopping. See, all of these go together.
And Preston got visited by an angel.
Yes. I don't like that scene, but we'll talk about that later.
I don't like that scene either.
Okay, good. Taglines. There's 3. For the class of 1998, the last night of high school is the first night of the rest of their lives. So we got another classic tagline that is just too many words.
That's a John Hughes tagline.
It's too much. An event, 18 years in the making.
Oh, I like that.
That's solid.
Yeah.
Yesterday's history, tomorrow's the future. Tonight's the party.
That's
Okay.
good. That's good.
Yeah. So what would your taglines be?
Wait for it. Wait for it.
That's it? Wait for it?
Yeah. The movie's called Can't Hardly Wait.
Oh, wow. I just walked right into that. You didn't get that, did you?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Well,
Wow. Yeah, I looked at the blank stares. I'm like,
When you said wait for it, I'm like, oh, because it has to do with a sign.
We're getting dumber and dumber.
real
1994.
quick side story. So,
No, we're doing taglines.
okay.
Before I forget one.
Go ahead, please.
Yo, I got to get laid tonight. That should just, like, all of his verbiage should be the tagline.
Meet Special K.
Sign my.
He went by Special K. His name was
K.
Kenny.
Yeah.
Get your pen out. Sign the yearbook.
Oh.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Bring your yearbook, bring your popcorn.
Oh.
It's time to get laid. No, that's not what. What was that movie? Everybody gets laid.
That was
everybody
PCU.
Gets. Oh, that's right.
Tonight at the Pit.
That's right.
Everyone
Everybody
gets
gets
laid.
Okay, what's your tagline?
I don't know if I have one.
Well, you have to.
I
You
have
to come
to.
up with something.
All
Yeah.
right. The after graduation, there is no murder. No.
It's not about a dog. Yeah. You're welcome.
That's actually kind of funny, but too deep.
Anybody who's anybody is at the party
Ah, there you go.
because everybody that was cast in the movie.
Yeah. Okay, so go back to your story. I'm sorry.
Oh no. Okay. Well, now it has almost no relevance, but
Oh.
so my son was fussy, cranky. My wife goes, because she was putting him down for the night, and
You're ugly.
exactly.
Your belly button sticks out too much, and you're a horrible burden on your poor mother.
You're a horrible burden on your poor mother.
What's that from?
Ghostbusters 2.
Ghostbusters 2.
Oh, that's
The
right.
greatest Ghostbusters.
Can I
in
put
my
him down?
opinion. Of course. You're
Poor,
ugly.
poor
You
Oscar.
smell bad. You're burden on your poor mother. But no, so my wife goes, I can't tonight. I'm sorry. I go, no problem. So I sit and I lie on the floor with him, wait for Gabe our son to fall asleep. And I text my wife. I'm like, he's done. It's okay. She goes, oh, what's your secret? And I go, patience. And she goes, oh, teach me about patience, kind master. I go, wait for it. So about maybe 4 minutes
Man, you've been
later-
doing this
Oh,
routine
yeah.
for 6 years, seven
yeah.
years. Okay.
Oh, I don't know. Have we just met? I've been doing this whole... ask your husband how long I've been doing this routine. Yeah,
You're right. I should have let you do that before the taglines.
exactly. So the story, just copy and paste that into it. Yeah, there you go.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so, but you know what's great is I look forward to watching Can't Hardly Wait with my son when he becomes 78. My son always goes, Dad, when would be appropriate age for me to watch fill in the blank? I go, 63. Without skinny.
Once you start getting Social Security, we can talk.
I'm just thinking of like the episode of Simpsons with Itchy and Scratchy where it's like, hey, Dad,
Yeah.
you finally want to go?
The Itchy and Scratchy movie's playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Finally. But but that's not actually featured in this film. There's a lot of other great stuff that's featured. Why don't you tell us more?
I have some trivia, which I know Adam probably knows by heart. Do you know what the movie was originally called?
I do not.
Do you?
No, I
It
got
was
it.
just called The Party.
Oh,
Okay.
I can
that.
see why they changed that. It's infringing on Peter Sellers' movie.
Was the Pink Panther at the party?
No, Peter Sellers played at this point a problematic Indian gentleman.
Oh.
It was a bumbling. It's a funny ass movie, but it was like the '60s.
He was like, "It's a party."
Very much so, yeah, like that.
Wow.
Why do you sound Swedish?
I'm not good at
Neither am I. but
Dialects?
I do it all the time.
I was gonna say
Accents.
accents. That's the word.
The words no coming out good.
Oh yeah, it was a full on. Oh, I'm having such a great time at this party.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad.
What,
okay.
Mr. Simpson?
Trivia. Melissa Joan Hart was in the middle of filming the second season of Sabrina the Teenage Witch at the same time. She took B12 vitamins to stay energized during the all-night shoots. Jennifer Love Hewitt was skeptical when Hart offered them to her because she was convinced she was doing drugs.
It's like that scene out of Empire Records.
Yes. Silly Jennifer Love Hewitt.
It just shows how actual like prissy she really was.
Deborah Kaplan and Harry Elfont wrote the role. They were the writers and directors, by the way. Sorry. They wrote the role of Kenny Fisher with Breckin Meyer in mind. Because of scheduling conflicts filming 54, Meyer had to turn the role down. He took a smaller uncredited role as the lead singer of Love Burger. The role eventually went to Seth Green. Could you see Breckin Meyer as Kenny?
Nope.
No.
I could only see Seth Green.
Yeah.
And I could only see Breckin Meyer as Lestat.
Yeah. Ethan Embry claims to barely remember filming this movie because he was so stoned the whole time.
Yeah, I've actually asked him about this movie a couple times, and he refuses to answer
because he doesn't remember it.
That's
a shame.
He's probably embarrassed by it too, because it's a very good performance.
He's embarrassed that he can't remember.
I would think so. Yeah.
Many of the lines spoken during the opening credits, where they're like, "Oh, there's a huge party tonight. Cool, we crash it." They are delivered by the directors, Harry and Deborah. I thought that was kind of cool.
This movie did really well at being a cohesive movie with having two directors, which doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
How does that work with two different directors? I mean, you got your shot list.
It's probably A and B units too.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably similar to what commonly is A and B units, where B unit goes off, shoots things, and
B unit. Sorry, you just set me right up for that.
Ah, boy. Well,
I like to think that one of them only did stuff in the bathroom and outside, and then the other one only shot scenes in the kitchen and inside the party.
Honey, you're going to do the bathroom yourself.
And then someone did rock paper scissors to do the phone booth gas station type.
The Jenna Elfman scene.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
That's what I like to think. I don't know.
Well, thanks for joining us tonight.
No. That was all my trivia that I had. So
the movie should have been called Bathroom Stuff.
Bathroom Stuff.
Bathroom Stuff.
Can we, I don't know if you want to just start talking about different scenes and what we didn't like or things bothered us about it? Not necessarily problematic, but.
You know what I didn't like about a bathroom scene?
Yeah.
Kenny didn't wash his hands.
He didn't. No.
When he peed.
No. And I thought she was going to say something because that seems like something Denise would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she was upset he was peeing.
Totally. She's like, "Ew, put that away." Like, what?
You really want to talk where you're doing that?
Yeah. What? He's not having diarrhea. I mean, he's peeing. Why can't you talk? Whatever. What bothered me about that scene the most, and again, it's just you probably didn't even notice it because you guys are dudes, and you're not interior decorators. The amount of green ivy in that bathroom, there was green ivy painted in the sink. Oh my God. It was horrible. Horrible. Sorry. There was fake green ivy. You don't put fake green plants in things. And
guys, if you could see the look on Allison's face right now, it is priceless.
that sink was horrible. Horrible.
So let me tell you the story about how I saw this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I did not see it in the theater. I saw instead Dirty Work.
I love Dirty Work.
Which I enjoyed it too. I'm not shaming that movie at all. I told my friend and boss at the time, I was like, "You need to see Dirty Work. It's a funny movie." And he went and saw it. He's like, "This is the worst movie I've ever seen." He's like, "We walked out of it and went and saw Can't Hardly Wait." He's like, "You really need to see this movie." I'm like, "I don't want to watch a movie about teenagers," because I was 18. I was in my snobby film phase, but I went and saw Dirty Work. I don't know what that was about, but
your phase ended. Snobby film. Yeah.
So I was like, I don't want to see a movie about teenagers, and he's like, whatever, you're missing out. So a couple of years go by, I get another job. Same boss becomes a fellow employee at the same place, brings it on video because you're allowed to watch videos at the store. And he's like, "You really should see this movie." So I watched it, and I'm like, I am obsessed with this movie now. And I waited like a year and a half to watch this movie, and it's still considered to be one of my favorite movies of all time. It's a love letter to John Hughes, and I'm excited to talk more about it.
So
that's what I want to talk
what
about.
you're telling me is you waited for Can't Hardly Wait.
I waited for Can't Hardly Wait. So this also started my I don't want to say love affair, but my love affair with Ethan Embry and his characters. Even though I did see Empire Records way earlier, I did not put the two characters together as the same actor, Mark and Preston, because they were different characters.
Yeah.
In my impressionable teenage mind, I didn't really realize that people can play different characters in their lives. So I didn't put
Were
together.
you not exposed to Robin Williams?
I just didn't see him as different as Mark in Empire Records. I was like, this guy's cool. I like this. And I had the kid from Hook in it as William Lichter, which was his only other role.
Oh.
He quit acting and went to school. He went to MIT, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he went all Jake Ryan on us, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good old Jake Ryan and William Lichter.
So talk about your first time. Or
I don't remember the first time I saw this movie. I think it was way later. And then I hadn't seen it again until I recently watched it, I think. I maybe saw it like once or twice, but I forgot a lot of this movie.
This is my I'm feeling sad, I'm going to watch a silly movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's a funny movie.
Yeah.
I just don't think I connected with it as much as maybe you do, because I never experienced what they experience in this movie at all. So you would think I would actually want to watch it more because it probably seemed more interesting, but I never did house parties and stuff in high school.
Yeah, my last couple of years in high school, I lived the high school life.
Yeah. I saw the movie. I am about 70% certain I saw it in the theaters. I knew I watched it definitely on DVD and also on whatever movie, HBO or whatever it was. I know I've seen it before. It's a fun film. It's something fun to just gives you a little bit of nostalgia, a little bit of fun. Definitely I can relate to a degree to the characters, although I don't know about you. I was not one of the ones, if I had a thing for you, go, well, I don't know if I should tell her. No, it's like, you know what? I'm not wasting my time here, so I'm just going to be upfront. Hey, look, I got a thing for you. Do you got anything for me? Am I barking up the wrong tree? Okay, cool. No problem.
So you're a weirdo.
No. I'm in a party with beautiful ladies, so I'm going to go right to left. Hey, you got a thing? No? Okay, cool. You want to dance?
Left.
Cool.
So you're Kenny.
Let's dance. Okay, cool. Let's. No, I'm not feeling it. You're not a good dancer. No, nothing else is going to happen. Hey, you want to dance? Okay, cool.
Yep, he's Kenny. To an extent.
Just because I'm not.
You're far too fine to be crying in a place like this.
No, I was never that way. Of course,
Are you crying? Baby girl, you are too fine to be crying. Did I just fall from heaven? I see an angel in front of me.
Now that's me after some shots of beverages. Yeah.
Yeah, those are like your lines, your Drexel lines.
Hey, are you crying? Are you, baby girl? Baby girl? No, I would never. I can't. Only if there's a baby girl will I say baby girl.
Did you didn't connect with anybody in this movie?
I think I connected a lot with the poor girl whose house the party was at, because when I did have parties, eventually I was the one that had them or whatever, and I was the you need a coaster. What are you doing here? That was me. I wouldn't just be able to chill and relax.
I can see that.
Yeah. And even if I was at a friend's party and I was co-hosting, I was still too worried about what people were doing or the cops coming. So yeah, I guess I related to her a lot. That poor girl. But then I'm like, why did you do that?
Yeah.
Why did you have all those people?
Because she wanted.
She's not
accepted,
Jake Ryan.
and she wanted to be accepted, and she wanted to be in the cool kids.
But she never let go. One. And what else bothered me was when she finally opened the door in the bathroom and he was like, yo, what's your problem? And she's like, do you want to know what my problem is? And she doesn't even say it. I'm like, what is your problem? Tell us.
I think that's the funny part of her character, where she never elaborates on it.
Because everything's the problem. Her whole she got a mustache drawn on her face, and the house was almost burnt down. I just felt bad for her. She's like a favorite character of mine. So yeah, I guess I related to her, and I love Denise. I think she's funny.
I did too. Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of girls that weren't in the popular clique could relate to her because she was just kind of like, you know, this is me, but then she still wasn't. I don't think she was fully true to herself, you know, and she wasn't honest with everybody, but she was kind of putting on that like tough girl attitude that she really wasn't.
Yeah, and her whole shtick was that nobody recognized her.
Yeah. Well, she sat down and she was just like sitting there, and those people are, hey, weren't you in my whatever class? And she's like, yeah. And they're like, see, I told you owe me $10. And then they just left her. Like that was just sad.
But even in the beginning, when they show up to the party, Melissa Joan Hart's like, oh, you brought a friend.
Oh, yeah. And Melissa Joan Hart, of all people, should know because she wants everybody to sign her yearbook. God, she was annoying.
Well, she was on B12.
I was like, she was hopped up on B12.
Sure, let's go with your hopped up on B12. Sure. Is that what you want to tell your kids? Yeah.
B12.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tended to relate to a lot of people in this movie, especially William Lichter. I wasn't the smart kid in the class, but I was the nerdy kid. I had the Star Wars action figures. I had the X-Files t-shirts. I was never at odds with the jocks in high school. I was weird because being in theater, you kind of connect with everybody at the school.
Yeah.
But I was by no means popular. I was more Denise than I was, Mike Dexter. But I don't know. There's a bit of Preston in me. There's no Kenny in me whatsoever. I was basically true to who I was. I never pretended to be anybody, but I don't know. There's just something about all the characters, the archetypes that they had it was almost perfect for a high school movie, for a John Hughes type of movie. And I keep saying that because there's so many parallels to John Hughes. I mean, especially the party itself. Nobody was not invited. The entire school could show up and everybody would have a good time, and that's very reminiscent to Mike Dexter's party and not Mike Dexter. No. Jake Ryan's party in 16 Candles, or even Gary and Wyatt's party in Weird Science. They both everybody was there. Everybody was having a good time. The cliques were there, and the cliques were staying within their own cliques, and that's kind of how it really is.
Yeah, and even people that don't even go to school there anymore are showing up.
Yeah.
Now the black
Trent
guy
McNeely.
Was the black guy part of the school, or did he already graduate?
The goofy guy?
The guy that was standing and basically, cock-blocking Preston. Was he a senior? Because why did he look so much older?
I don't know. I think he was, because he was talking about, you remember that time?
Yeah, he was annoying, but...
was he a senior in high school or college?
No, I don't think he was a senior in college, but I was thinking maybe he might be the freshman in college. He graduated the year before, but he just seemed older to me than everybody else. Yeah. I don't know.
But, public high schools are huge. Yeah. You lose friends even going there every day. You lose contact with them and stuff. So I was just running into him at a party. That would be a distant thing.
Yeah. You had a good friend, and then you have a new schedule change, and
then you never see him again until graduation.
Yeah, it's and then you still know the secret handshake, and
yeah. I remember my senior year when our yearbook, we always, the entire senior class takes a picture on the bleachers for the yearbook. There were people that I remember just from our sophomore year going, hey, and hey. I mean, it was just, just a lot of people. It wasn't like that at the private school. We had 17 people.
No, you knew everybody.
Yeah. I really love this movie. I love the dynamic of the characters. The cliques were great. Even the stoner guys, Jason Segel, and the other dude. There's a lot of problems to this movie. There's a lot of dialogue, problematic dialogue in this movie.
Okay.
They drop hurtful F-bombs in this movie. I'm not going to say the word.
You're talking about the F word, that's the derogatory word to use for homosexuals.
Yes.
Okay.
They drop that a lot in this movie.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fortunately, it was that time period where it was
Oh, I understand.
They call Preston that a lot. No, they call Mike a lot. Yeah. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
But even Kenny, when he opened his thing out and pulled out the candle, his friend's like, "Oh, our boy's a."
Oh yeah.
I mean, they say it a lot, and they drop R words.
Yes,
a lot.
I do remember the R.
And like Roman said, unfortunately, it was the 90s, and people were a lot less open to taking offense to it.
I mean,
as they should be.
Yeah, I never used that F word.
Oh, this episode's tanking.
No, it's not. So, okay, are we going back to the problematic and just using?
Yeah, we're still in the problematic.
R word.
Yeah.
I was trying to switch the conversation. Sorry, guys.
Well, I was going to say that the R word was used prevalent. I would use that all the time. Like, people just use that. Like, something is that.
Yeah.
You would say it all the time. So you can say that a movie is problematic now just because we know what not to say. But at the time, they weren't really doing anything wrong because that was how it was used in their minds.
But
in the writers and.
But that's the problem, though. It was always wrong. Like it was always something negative. There was never any. You wouldn't call someone an F word as a positive thing.
No.
And I'm actually happy now that we're finally addressing this and it's stopping. Because people need respect no matter who you are.
Well, sure. I'm just saying that back then they didn't think that was problematic.
I still think they did. They were just allowed in scare quotes to say that.
To say they thought the R word was problematic.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's negative. It's a negative term, especially the way it's being used. Now, if you're saying you're
describing somebody
well, no. If you're saying like years of erosion has given a diamond a retard, that's just actual scientific term of breaking it down. But you can't call that to that. You can't call that to a person because it's always a negative connotation. It's always negative. There's no positive in that word whatsoever. Same with the F word. And that's the problem. And the F word has really horrible roots.
Bundle of sticks
used to burn people who weren't quote unquote pure.
Yeah, no, I got that.
Okay, sorry.
But I feel like you're preaching to us like we're not on your same side.
No, I'm saying that's why it's such a big deal to me.
Okay, and we get that, but nobody's negating that, or
I know.
I hope nobody's making you feel like you don't have to be.
No, I'm explaining why. I'm explaining why I'm keeping the conversation going.
Okay, but I'm letting you know it's making it sound like you are taking offense to what we're saying.
No, I'm just explaining.
Okay, but you're getting very
passionate.
Angry. No, it's turning into anger. It sounds.
It's not anger at you.
Okay, what is wrong?
We're not talking about the movie.
We are. We're talking about how it's problematic.
Okay. Yeah, we're addressing the same way that we addressed in Clueless about the themes,
the homosexual theme.
Okay,
100%.
The same way that we addressed some of the religious issues that were presented in Mermaids, granted not as heavy as with Clueless, we're addressing this.
That's actually a good point.
This
movie came out after Clueless. Clueless never once used the F word.
No, they didn't.
So,
well, he used whatchamacallit? He used multiple euphemisms, but again, he was trying to spell it out. And it's
those aren't considered necessarily negative or derogatory.
Yeah, he didn't say. Yeah, he didn't. He said gay. He's like, hey, he's gay. Christian is gay. He finally spelled it out.
I think that's really funny that 3 years later, this film is almost going like back in time with.
Well, it's sticking with the youth vernacular and the quote unquote being okay with it.
So that's saying that these youths were more, not just more problematic. They were desensitized by the use. Kind of like Kenny. There's a bad word of what Kenny was dressed as.
Yep.
Which that was used a lot.
Yeah.
Not in the movie, I don't think.
It was used once.
They said that word?
Yeah, in front of the black guys.
Oh, I don't remember that. They should have never said that word, but that word was used prevalent. That was a heavily used word when I was in high school.
Really? Oh, the white version.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, I'm not talking about that.
There was an N-bomb dropped on in Can't Hardly Wait.
Oh,
in front of the black kids.
Was it okay? Yeah, Kenny was saying it, right?
The two other ones were
okay, and it was more like the gangsta.
You're my
yeah. Okay, no, I was referring to the white version.
Okay, yeah,
because of what Kenny was. I don't think that was in that movie, but that was a term that was used all the time by us, and that is just not okay. Roman might be confused on what word it is, but I'm not saying
I'm following. I'm tracking.
But that's what I mean. That's how he acted and how he dressed. That was the term for that group of people. Although I don't understand the goggles.
No one understood the goggles.
No.
Remember, even it was Denise that says, "What about the goggles?"
And he couldn't even answer that. I think she even asked him, like, "What are you?" I forget what it was, but the goggles.
Going on an expedition.
Yeah, it was almost like rave culture.
Yeah,
like he was bringing rave culture early mixed with hip hop.
Yep.
It was terrible. It was.
Well,
terrible,
that was his thing. He didn't know who he was.
Yeah, he was trying to find his identity. So I feel the goggles are a representation of that struggle.
And apparently, his identity was talking like Drexel from True Romance. Do you remember Drexel from True Romance? Gary Oldman's character.
You know the Rugrats movie.
I never watched that movie.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You've never watched the movie. You just have to judge the song that it's the theme to Rugrats.
Oh, no. Okay, sorry. I thought you meant, oh my heavens, True Blood. True Blood.
Oh, True Blood. No, that's a show.
Yes, no, you're absolutely correct. A True Romance, I remember that very well.
So Gary Oldman's character, Drexel.
Yes.
His voice is just like Kenny's, if you think about it. If you can hear it, because I've seen that movie.
I just have Rugrats in my head now.
Okay, well, just trust me.
Reptar.
I'm trying to think that I was going to say another thing that was problematic with this movie. Oh, the thing at the end where the two X-File guys posed them together. That's not cool. That reminded me of Heathers.
Yeah.
How they set up the two guys to make them look like they had a gay suicide thing.
Yeah.
They were like...
Tryst.
They were making them do that with those guys.
Yeah,
and the cops were just laughing and making fun of it the whole time.
Yep.
Like, that made me uncomfortable. I didn't like that.
But even though that part was problematic, Mike Dexter, at the end in jail... He told the cops that it was his idea.
Right.
He was doing it as a joke to save William, which is something that you don't see a jock doing to a nerd. No. But at the same time, he won't be seen in public. It's like the Breakfast Club ending. Mm-hmm. You know, they get along, but they can't be seen getting along
they're like,
in
will
public.
you talk to me at school on Monday? It was the same thing. He called him something bad and made fun of him at the diner the next morning, and you know.
And then the one kid from American Pie stole the gumball machine.
Oh, I forgot about him.
He stole everything in that movie, including a cop car.
That's right. He went in the
klepto.
cop car. I love the
Klepto
gumball.
kid.
I love the gumball thing. He just comes in there and takes the gumballs. What did he play in American Pie?
He was the Shermanator.
Oh, that's right. He didn't say one word in this movie.
No.
He was Klepto Kid. That was his name.
Funny.
That's what I love about that character, and that's true to life, where you have that one guy who's a klepto, and it's like you don't know his backstory, you don't know why, he just does it.
Yeah, and it's so John Hughes, because John Hughes would always have that one crazy character, like somewhere in there that was doing something. Most of the time it was Joan Cusack.
Yeah.
And that was kind of him. That's funny. Klepto Kid. I forgot all about him. Oh my God.
He stole the movie.
Let's talk about... I mean, there's so much to talk about with what's his name? Mike. And how he's just like, well, I broke up with Amanda, so you guys all broke up with your girlfriends, and then we'll be free, and we can have all the vagina that we can, do whatever we want. And it's like, what? Like, no, you're such an ass. And then they all like agreed to it. So, and essentially, you're making a pact to break up with your girlfriends because your buddy broke up with his girlfriend, and then they don't, and then he gets mad at him.
Yep.
He is just the biggest tool.
And then he tries to hit on Selma Blair.
Yes, and the other girl. He's horrible. Roman's like, I kind of dig him.
No, I don't. I'm not that guy. I feel bad for him because he's very shallow. His character.
100%.
I feel bad for him.
He came of age in this movie too.
Yeah,
Which
is interesting.
It's a lot of character growth in a lot of the characters in this movie.
The only one who didn't grow was Jennifer Love Hewitt in my mind.
But she finally realized that.
No, I know she doesn't have to be with somebody.
Yeah,
but then she walked
But
right
then
back
she-
into
yeah.
it, and so that. Yeah.
But it was her choice.
Yeah.
It wasn't because.
and it worked in the script. So.
She's such a horrible actress. Sorry.
Okay, so I've talked this with Allison. When she becomes uncomfortable in a scene, she does this weird thing where she grimaces and does a little every time, and it's ridiculously overused.
Yeah, it's like a heh, and then she always just kind of. She also goes like, and then sometimes she does this with her hair, like.
She does the George Clooney smile.
Yeah.
Whenever he has to do something serious, he does.
She's not a good actress.
Yeah. She's the Ghost Whisperer, though.
Oh yeah, I forgot she was in that show, The Ghost Whisperer.
Long time.
I don't think she's done anything in a while, but between this and I Know What You Did Last Summer, I mean, the acting is just.
Well, she got crucified for her body image a few years ago, and hasn't appeared.
A few years ago?
Yeah.
What's wrong with her body?
I don't remember what it was, but they're like, she's not like she doesn't look like she used to.
Oh.
Okay.
Maybe she got like a breast reduction or something.
I don't know. I don't know what it was all about because I don't.
Well,
pay
that's a
attention
shame.
to that stuff.
But yeah, I just realized what a bad actress she was, and it was just like, God, she's just so annoying with her stupid blue shirt and her blue skirt.
She must be a pretty decent actress. She dated Carson Daly.
I mean, she's pretty.
Buzzing. No, I wish them both the best, sincerely.
I like Jamie Presley.
Yes.
She's funny in this movie.
She's very funny in this movie. And the third girl who no one knows.
Not the black girl, but the other one? Yeah.
The one that was Garrett Dillahunt.
Yes. She's just like
They're both just like nobody.
Yeah. I don't think they
She's
ever did anything
totally
again.
Gwyneth.
Yeah. Just totally. What else was problematic? I'm trying to think. The underage drinking, that wasn't really problematic.
That was funny with William going to the bar. He's like, "Is this the beer?
Do you want one?"
The guy giving the beer, he looked like Joey from Friends.
Oh yeah, he kind of did.
I was like, "Is that Matt LeBlanc?"
Yeah.
But no, yeah, he's like, "Do you want one?" And then he has one beer and he gets drunk and he gives him the card. He's like, "Here, I want you to have this."
But not only that, before he takes a sip of it, spits out and he goes, "Stop, everybody! The beer is bad. The beer is bad." And everybody's like, "Tastes fine to me." Like you hear one guy in the background, it's like, "Tastes fine to me." And it's like,
mine's great.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, I remember that because your first taste of beer was horrible. Beer was not good. So you were right there in that part. You're like, oh yeah, beer is gross. Ugh.
So
where's the Bartle and James?
So I got a question now. What in this film represents the 90s era, the 90s decade, in terms of maybe our kids will watch and go,
well, one, the way Kenny was completely, the way he was dressed, the music, the way he talked, the soundtrack was full 90s. The way everyone was dressed, like the jocks dressed like the jocks, they had like the puka shell necklaces and the striped shirts. And
I had a puka shell necklace.
And Kenny, he had his green pager.
Oh yeah, his chain wallet.
Yeah, and they had the chain wallet, and
but outside of that, outside of the aesthetic, you could put that in any decade.
It's an 80s John Hughes movie, with a 90s coat of paint.
Yeah, so you could put that. You could have anybody watch that, and they should be able to relate, in some way.
And that's what I keep going back to John Hughes, but that's what John Hughes was good at. It was everything was universal.
Yeah.
You can always relate to them, and I see that it's less than a quote unquote 90s movie. I'm quoting a lot, quote unquote 90s movie, and more of a high school movie.
Yeah,
and Well,
I
that's why it
felt
was my
bad
number
that
one.
Love Burger didn't get to play as much. Like, I feel
They
like
didn't get to play it all.
they played one song at the end together, didn't they?
No, they counted off, and then the police came.
Oh, that's right. They were going to play a song.
That was the whole thing.
Like, they set up, and they just and then we had to listen to some of the music that wasn't good.
You know, I had a friend in high school who looked just like the T-shirt guy. He had the hat and the same haircut, and he was skinny, and he played music and everything.
I love that Donald Faison wore a cowboy hat.
Hootie.
Yeah.
Well,
yes.
again, he's struggling with
his identity. Yeah, they all were.
And
Lestat.
And he did the thing with his hands on the mic.
Yes. He was funny.
He's like, "This is our first gig. Don't mess it up." He says this on the microphone.
But we're not going to play anything. Going back to the scene that I don't like, and it should be removed, is the not Sarah Rue. What's her name?
Jenna Elfman scene.
Jenna Elfman scene where she kicks him out of the
yeah, that is the
phone
meanest
booth.
scene in the movie.
Yeah, why would you kick him out just because your car broke down? It's your fault.
Yeah,
And just wait. And you came from a stripper, or you came from like a bachelor party or something, right?
Yeah, she couldn't have waited like 5 minutes.
I just don't get it. I don't understand why it was in there. She didn't provide him with any real knowledge. She didn't. I don't know. I just don't understand. Was it just all around him trying to make a call to the radio station?
It was another sign.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because it was an angel telling him that, you just got to take that step. You just got to do it.
Yeah, but she's not a real angel. She's basically a stripper.
But it's a sign.
Signs are stupid.
He even went out. He's like, "You're a stripper?" She's like, "I'm a dancer." He's like, "You're an angel stripper."
Angel stripper.
It was just a reason to get Jenna Elfman in a movie because she was hot at the time.
That was Dharma and Greg, right?
Yeah. Yes.
No, that could have been taken away. I didn't need that. I really wanted like a whole subplot of them in the bathroom because they were the...
There was a subplot of them in the bathroom.
No, I mean a whole like movie, like a whole extra movie of just them and their endeavors in the bathroom because that whole scene was just so funny.
And they're the best couple in the movie because they know each other for a long time. They like each other, but they argue, they fight, they break up, they get back together.
Yeah. Like, I don't think that they lasted. I mean, you could see in the end that they broke up and got back together. They didn't have long lasting. I don't know what you're doing.
I have a puka shell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't see them
Lord.
lasting like outside of, I see Kenny going to some type of junior college and flunking out.
I don't know. They spent their entire life together.
Yeah, but
up until this point.
I feel like Kenny still doesn't know who he is, and I feel like he doesn't.
I don't know that scene where he stops while she was walking away in his car is like that. That's kind of weird.
I don't remember that scene.
It was after the party. She's walking down the street and he's driving. He's like, "What are you gonna walk the whole way?"
Oh.
And he gets out and they have this moment together and he's like, "Okay, maybe this will work out."
I feel like what did they say he did afterwards? They didn't, did they?
No, it's not Fast Times.
Well, no, they did that with almost everybody, but I think them. Like the one guy goes to MIT.
They said they broke up again,
and then they got back together.
Yeah,
and then the guy took the
the gumball machine.
The gumball machine
with no explanation.
Yeah, I'm glad I rewatched this because I don't remember hardly any of this.
You couldn't hardly remember.
I just remembered a lot of Jennifer Love Hewitt sulking around and the band. I forgot all about the guys on the roof.
There's some really funny lines in this movie too, like just little things, like the black dude coming up and as you say, cock blocking him.
Yeah.
It's like, do you remember that time he totally barfed on the bus? And
then he kind of like gets together with Melissa Joan Hart because it's all about making memories.
Yeah.
And so he finds his partner at the end.
Then there was that other random black dude that comes up when Jennifer Love Hewitt becomes single, and he's carrying all the whipped cream, and he's like, Did you hear Amanda's single again?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm thinking about asking her out. Time to get freaky.
Yeah, there's like 3 black people in the whole
I believe that's actually is spoofed on Not Another Teen Movie, where the one
the whole movie was spoofed in Not Another Teen Movie.
No.
But I thought Not Another Teen Movie was spoofing Varsity Blues.
No, it was spoofing teen movies.
Yeah, I got that part.
Including Can't Hardly Wait, because there's a scene where the token black guy comes up in a party, goes, "Excuse me." Yeah. And they both kind of do the obvious joke that
The token black guy.
yeah, he goes, "Oh, sorry, yeah, sorry." It's like, man, and they both go, "That's
Shit.
whacked."
Did Not Another Teen Movie come out after Varsity Blues?
Yes.
So they were spoofing that whipped cream thing too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, Jim Bob, the fat guy in Varsity Blues, he played his character in Not Another Teen Movie.
Can he play? Sir, he has a concussion. Can he play as he spits tobacco?
They mostly spoofed what's the one the
10 Things I Hate About
She's
You?
All That.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
She's All That.
The Bet. Is that the one with the bet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
Varsity Blues meets She's All That.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, She's All That. It's like, yeah,
They
because
did a Breakfast Club thing.
Yeah, that's right.
they make fun of
They did American Pie.
That's a problematic.
The
movie.
opening scene is with her with the self-stimulator, if you will, and the dad comes in and it's still going.
I remember that.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I don't
And
think
Randy
that movie.
Quaid.
I
Randy
don't think
Quaid.
that movie is.
I really like that movie.
My
What I'm
son
saying
can't
is
watch it
it's-
until he's 83.
What I'm saying is probably very problematic.
Very
'cause
much.
I remember that having a lot of Asian like undertones, and they were making
Yeah, it was the
fun
kid.
Of
It was
that.
it was the white kid from Freaks and Geeks. Was the
Yes,
Asian kid.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
not another teen movie.
But the soundtrack, holy crap! The soundtrack to Not Another Teen Movie. It was all modern bands doing 80s covers.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's right, because you had Manson doing Tainted Love.
And you had System of a Down doing Metro, and you had Muse doing Please, Please, Please Let Me Get What I Want.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Such a great soundtrack. And Stabbing Westward, Bizarre Love Triangle.
I don't remember that one.
It's good. But we're not talking about Not Another Teen Movie. We're talking about...
indirectly.
yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, where that's a spin-off where it was spoofing.
And there was a Can't Hardly Wait party scene in Not Another Teen Movie because Jennifer Love Hewitt's co-star from Party of Five was
and
Amanda.
They even do the thing where he spells it out and goes, and everyone just stops. That's right. Yeah, what are you doing? We're all supposed to stop
until she starts moving again.
Yeah,
Lacey.
Yeah.
Lacey Chabert.
Yeah, and then she moves. Oh, thank God.
She was the original Meg Griffin. Season 1, she was Lacey Chabert.
Oh, I can't see that. She was funny in Mean Girls.
Yeah, she was. She's a good actor.
Yeah, she's okay.
She's a good actor.
Better than Jennifer Love Hewitt. So I'm glad I watched this movie because I had forgotten so much. So I appreciate you you chose this one.
Yeah, I will always choose it. Even though it has a lot of problems, it's still...
at this point, almost so many movies have problems
Yeah.
now.
You have to look at the root. I mean, look at John Hughes movies. Those are being torn apart now.
Yeah.
And they're important. They're actually important for teenagers to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at Tim Burton films, how much they're getting ripped apart and prodded and picked.
Well, it's because they're bad. I'm just kidding.
Don't you dare insult Big Fish.
Oh, I know. You love Big Fish.
Oh, I love Big Fish.
It was an okay movie. It was pretty good.
It's a thinking man's movie. I can see why you wouldn't like it as much as I do.
Thinking man's movie.
Thinking man's movie.
Sorry, I had to pull out the baseball argument. It's like, baseball. I don't. Yeah, it's a thinking man's game. I can see where
What
that's.
movie is being torn apart from Tim Burton?
Yeah, I don't know what.
Well, we'll talk off
That's
because
fine.
it's going to get us. It's going to get us off track. So
It's going to get us off.
You're fine.
Yes, and it's going to be very relaxing afterwards, and we'll have to have a cigarette. It's going to be awkward.
Okay, cool.
No,
I bet you I know what movie it is. Anything else you want to talk about with this movie?
I don't.
We haven't even talked about the use of Mandy.
Oh my God!
Yes, you've been waiting for that, Mandy.
Yes.
Mandy by Barry Manilow.
Because it was his birthday, right?
Yes, yes. And when I first had, I did see this movie in the theater. I changed it from 70% certain to 100% certain.
Ooh.
Because as I'm walking to my mom's car that loaned me her car, I'm singing. And you came, and you came back and me.
Yep, those are the words.
Well,
You're singing it in like Sims language or Minions.
Yeah. And the poor girl I was on a date with, she's just like,
Banana.
Are you done? Are you done, cowboy? Are you done? And I'm just like,
You hear that a lot, don't you?
yeah, actually I do. especially as I get older. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I mean that it was just a perfect use of that song to bait it through the film.
Yeah.
And it was really, really just because you hear it throughout, and it's not annoying, and it's kind of interesting because it gives you a little bit of history behind it, where it's like, you know, he originally wrote that for his dog.
Yeah, it introduced us to that because I had never really known that song was about his dog, and I didn't know.
And it's
I
a
didn't
good song
hear
too.
About Barry Manilow,
It's
yeah,
a beautiful song.
So it was the whole day was his 56th birthday or something like that, and that's why he was. Why was Barry Manilow going to be taking calls on the radio?
Because it was his birthday.
Yeah, but why would Barry Manilow do that? Why would he go? Why would he be on a?
He was taking calls. He was taking calls from Tokyo too.
Because
Yeah.
it was in the script.
I know. I just thought that was a little stretching it. Like, okay, Barry Manilow, just call into this local radio station at 11 o'clock at night. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of.
Hey Barry,
funny.
what do you want to do for your birthday?
I want to talk to radio stations all over the country.
Yeah, and just take questions from fans.
from children.
Look, I write the songs, they can ask the questions.
You know, afterwards, don't worry, there will be plenty of time to go to the Copacabana.
You know, I really like Barry Manilow.
I do too.
I know he's a joke to people in pop music, but I really like Barry Manilow.
You like him better than Neil Diamond? Because they're both kind of jokes to me.
No, I love Neil Diamond.
Okay.
Don't ruin the sanctity of Neil Diamond.
I'm not, but they're both kind of like...
Saving Silverman. Love that film.
Oh, that's a good movie. That's funny.
2, 3, 4, cherry, cherry.
Oh, shout it, baby. Oh, sorry.
It's just both of those people have these huge cult followings.
I know. Well,
we haven't even talked about
Diamond's done.
Jimmy Buffett. So there you go.
I mean, people with decent taste.
Decent taste.
Seats taken.
You're right. Yeah. Jimmy Buffett has a huge. I mean, the women. women love Neil Diamond and love
the
Billy.
Women's okay.
Well,
I almost called him Billy Manilow.
You know, Lisa's listening right now.
Does she like Billy Manilow?
She loves Neil Diamond.
Does she? I like Neil Diamond better than Barry Manilow.
Barry Manilow.
He's got a better voice. I don't know.
Oh man, Brother Love's Traveling Salvation Show is amazing.
I don't know what those words are you just said.
That's Neil Diamond's best song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, and that's what I love about Saving Silverman is they pull up on America Street and he goes,
yeah, we're coming to America.
We're coming to America. It's like, oh, thank you, Neil Diamond, for just leaning into the
God,
joke.
I forgot about that movie.
Oh, 100%.
I did too.
I forget about everything that involves Jason Biggs.
Oh, it was great, and Amanda Peet is awesome in that.
Amanda Peet was super hot in the early 2000s.
Still is.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know.
Did you not see her in Bruckmeyer?
I don't know what that is.
Oh my heavens! We'll talk about that offline.
I just remember her first role was in The Whole 9 Yards, and she did it topless.
Yeah, she was. I remember her.
Yes, I remember her too.
Not to objectify her, but that's a great way to start for a young guy.
Not to be problematic.
But anyways,
not to be an Elton.
So
Alton.
Yeah.
Not to be an Aldi.
I think what everyone wants to know is if we were to recast.
I'm so glad you didn't do this for Mermaids.
It would be all of the Muppets.
Who would be?
Because it's a huge fucking movie.
Oh yeah. Well, Kermit would obviously be the.
He would be Preston.
Yeah. I just want to know how did you write the song?
Mandy, Amanda.
So we'll do Ethan Embry as Kermit, Jennifer Love Hewitt as Miss Piggy, Lauren Ambrose, who is Denise.
Gonzo.
The cheerleader would have to be what's her face from the guitar player, the female guitar player.
Who's
Janice?
the cheerleader?
Yeah, the cheerleader, the yearbook girl.
Oh,
who's on B12? Can I have a couple more lines of B12, please? Yeah.
I don't know. I think Janice would be one of the girlfriends because she'd be like, "You're totally not good enough for you."
She could play multiple roles. Camilla could be one of them too.
Oh yeah. Who would Fozzie play?
Fozzie would play.
Fozzie could be Kenny, but not in his not in Kenny's style, but in Fozzie's style.
Yeah, with his Waka Waka.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, that would be Pepe the Le Pew. Pepe the Le Pew. Okay. Hey, there's a lot of there's. Okay.
You're doing it too close.
Oh, sorry. I apologize.
No, I think he meant not like
Yeah, the rolls
literal
are too close.
He
Yeah.
means
Oh.
Ay. Charlie Cosmo.
You know, it'd be great. The girl whose party it is would be Sam Eagle. Please put out the cigarettes right now.
He would,
There is
too.
no smoking in my
He
party.
would. He has so much anxiety.
Why does Sam Eagle sound British all of a sudden? Please put out the cigarette.
Please
right
put
now.
out the cigarette. I don't know. I made him Scottish Irish now. Skyrish.
Hold on. This is an American way. Hold on.
Why is he Yoda?
Yeah, well, because it's the same guy that does it.
Is the same guy that does it.
And
Exactly.
Rolf would just be somebody in the band.
Yeah, he would be the guy with the hat.
Donald Faison.
Yeah. What's with the hat? I like the hat. What about the shirts?
If you wear the shirt, I wear the hat.
I wear the hat.
Yeah.
What is that? It's a hat.
Why
Look,
would-
Hootie. Hootie, you look like Lestat.
That was probably when Hootie and the Blowfish were like really popular too.
98.
Yeah.
They were coming down because they were
were
really
they?
big with because that was during their second or third album after their major release.
Oh, okay. They were more like 95 when they came
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
I remember.
95, 96.
I remember
yeah.
when the first album came out. They did a free show at Janice.
And look at where he is now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a country boy now.
Huge country singer.
Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel.
That's the only song I know.
I don't know
Come
what
back,
that is.
come back. Yeah.
I don't know what that was.
It's his song. The hook is it's time for a comeback.
Okay.
Come back.
I don't
Yeah.
listen to yeehaw music.
You know, it's good for the soul, my friend.
No.
I actually
is
like
good
that song he sings because it's like I can hear Hootie in it. If that makes any sense.
Hootie.
If you ever get a chance to watch Key and Peele, there's a great skit on Hootie where Key is playing Hootie and Peele is in the audience going, Hootie! And he goes, no, guys, I'm Darius. Guys, I'm Darius. It's like, Hootie! It's like, no, guys, come on, guys. Let's have some fun. I'm Darius. Hootie and Blowfish is a band.
He probably still
Darius.
gets called Hootie.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, no, he does, and that's what they're basing that
Yeah.
skit off of what he said.
He can't be mad at that. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
gave him his name.
yeah.
This went off the rails.
Oh yeah, I was trying my best not to mention like off the rail stuff, but no.
Well, we did talk about the Muppets, so
Yeah, you're welcome. But the final thoughts on Can't Hardly
yes.
Wait.
Final thoughts on your movie?
I love this movie.
Yes.
It
Still do.
It has its issues, but I can still watch it and still laugh like crazy. It brings me back to high school. It brings me back to watching John Hughes movies, and it feels like the lost John Hughes movie. So I love this movie. I love Ethan Embry. Everything he's done has been just awesome. So I'm kind of a big fan, and it's my favorite Seth Green role.
Really?
Like his stuff, I can still laugh like a first time watching it. And Denise, she's really good in this movie too. So
I like Seth Green in Sex Drive.
oh,
Personally,
I
where-
did too. He was great in Sex
Yeah,
Drive.
where he plays an Amish guy. It's like, hold on,
That
gonna
movie
hold
gets a
my
lot
breath.
of hate.
I don't understand why.
I don't know.
It's hilarious.
I'm gonna look this up on the internet. Internet?
Yeah,
Yeah, the internet is. I know what the internet is. We
Yeah.
have that.
guys, I did Rumspringa. Rumspringa!
Rumspringa.
Yes, this is where I learned about Rumspringa.
Rumspringa! Yeah. Anyways.
Butt scratcher!
Anyways.
You want to talk about problematic teen comedies?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk Euro Trip and really make it awkward.
Oh man.
Euro Trip and Road Trip.
Well, Euro Trip more because of these siblings and the absence.
You made out with your sister, man!
The absence fair go, man, that's really some messed up stuff right there. Yeah.
I have to say that for the longest time, none
of this is making, by the way.
my computer used to say "mail, motherfucker," and then I had it where it was like it was on my text thing. I love that movie. I will not. I will unapologetically love that movie.
Back in the day of Hewlett Packard, my whenever you would instant message me, you would hear Al Pacino from Scent of Woman. Hoo-ah! Hoo-ah!
Of course you would.
Yeah, but that's great because if I was having like, which I normally was on instant messages, like 12 different conversations, you hear hoo-ah! 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 Hoo-ah!
Tell us, Allison, what
That's
was
a lot.
your like crazy message tone that you remember?
I remember like ringtones, but message tones?
You didn't do a lot of AIM messaging? No. A lot of Yahoo messaging?
No.
MSN messaging?
I briefly dated.
I had a beeper.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
911. Oh, okay, what? What do you need? Oh, come on. That is not worth it. I had to pull over to a payphone for this? No.
Yeah,
Click.
nothing like hanging out at the arcade at the mall and then waiting by a payphone.
Oh, man.
For the girl that you thought liked you to call you for no reason. This is my life.
Oh, okay. I didn't have to call anybody. We would just have to message people on our beepers, and like you messaged the message through it. So.
Yeah. I remember like you would have somebody who had the pager, so you would give the pager number to that.
Right.
Oddly enough, in high school, I loved to talk on the phone like a damn teenage girl.
Which is funny because you don't like talking on
I
the phone.
hate the phone.
Yeah, I know.
Holy crap. But I used to tie up the phone for hours.
I'm not hanging up. You hang up. You say it. I'm not saying it. You say it.
I'm on the phone. I'm up all night on the phone.
Oh. Anyways.
You say up all night.
How so much has changed.
I miss Gilbert Godfrey USA up all night because he always seemed so annoyed. It's like, and now we're going to watch the Slumber Party Massacres 3.
At least we got Joe Bob back.
Yeah. So, can't hardly wait for that one, can we? Speaking of can't hardly wait, how about we can't hardly wait for the end?
Oh man. So this is the end of the third episode that will probably never air.
Oh,
it should. It's good. We just go
one.
off rails.
There's a lot of editing in this one.
I agree that the movie it's funny and it's overall a good movie and a good representation, I think. And I think the good part about the movie is you can watch it in different generations because aside from the aesthetic and the wardrobe and stuff, it could be 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, you could just put it in any decade. So it's probably something that maybe teenagers now could watch as long as they could get past the problematic verbiage.
Now I just kind of want to make Can't Hardly Wait, but put it in like 1932, like Midwest. It's like, this is a gym joint, okay? Hey, look over here.
Can't hardly skidoo.
All right, hey, is the banjo ready, boys?
Of course.
Can't
what are
hardly
your...
wake the ragtime edition.
She's a hussy. You see her ankles
She's a
showing?
hussy.
She's a real hussy. Oh, jeez. Hey, guys, please don't do that. Hey, this...
Please don't do that.
This moonshine's bad.
Cheese it. It's the fuzz.
The fuzz.
Do you hear that on the stenographer?
Oh, you lost it.
Stenographer?
Yeah, what is
phonograph?
Yeah, you hear that on the phonograph?
The stenographer.
It's a sign, I'm telling you. It's a sign. Yeah.
Stupid.
Roman,
what are your overall thoughts?
What are your thoughts on overalls?
Well, I think they...
Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
No, I think they usually get in the way and they look great on the ground. But anyways...
More on a farmer.
Hey, man, whatever my kink is
Farmer Ted.
Farmer's
Farmer
daughter.
Ted.
Oh,
see?
Yeah, John Hughes throwback.
I'm going to skip you if you don't answer the question.
You have 10 seconds to comply.
10,
9.
You're making it worse.
Okay, you guys should wait for Can't Hardly Wait. Okay, no. Overall, I find it as a fun film. Mm-hmm. I find it as an enjoyable film. I find it as a slice of yesteryear, slice of nostalgia. When I watch Can't Hardly Wait now, it's member berries. It has a lot more...
What did he say?
Member berries.
What are member? Oh, you're going South Park.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Okay.
Member. I know. Okay.
That was a
Yeah.
couple years ago they started that.
It's kind of
Yeah.
cute though. Member berries. I like it.
Yeah.
I just thought you got your words mixed up.
I did too.
No, I didn't. I'm loquacious. I speaks good. I speaks real good.
Yeah.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, no, but I think there is a lot to be said about it. It's a fun popcorn flick from beginning to end. Just enjoy, just relax. Just have a lot of fun with it. And I think that's probably the lighter side of coming of age stories. Mm-hmm. You can have the heavier side. You can have kind of the whimsical side like Clueless. But Can't Hardly Wait is just kind of taking all that and just having some fun. Kind of like I generalized at the very beginning.
Yeah. It's more
Would
realistic.
you like to touch my penis? I am a sex machine.
Oh, man.
That guy looked like he was 30 years old.
He sure did.
Yeah.
He was European.
Oh.
Well, he was in the hot tub. I'm sure he was European.
Alrighty.
Called him Chester Cheetah.
I'm kidding.
Well, thank you guys for going on this journey of 90s coming of age films. What was your coming of age film? What did we not include in our discussion? Let us know in the comments. And
She saw that.
like and subscribe. Check out all of our episodes of Real Stories from the Isles, all of our reviews, and all of Adam's alien deep dives that he's getting into. It's probably going to be a long process.
And watch Retro Rewatch if you want to, too.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
That's only on our YouTube channel. It's not on our audio stuff.
No, just go to YouTube channel. You can listen to everything.
Everything is on there.
Everything is on there. Yes, would you like to say something?
No, I was
look
going
at
to
you.
sing us away for a
Oh, good.
1930s version of Can't Hardly...
Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
Hold on.
Okay.
I need to say, tune in next time when we continue to celebrate cinema. Good night.
And I can't get enough of you, baby. Yes, it's true. Can't